That's a wonderful Saskatchewan tradition, as is the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League. And every time we bring on the commissioner, Kyle McIntyre, I always ask him to speak for all of Canadian Junior A, which he never has any problem doing. Hey, Kyle, welcome back to the RP show. The last time I think we started, you were just getting this race underway. So now you would I be correct in saying you're in the home stretch?
We are in the home stretch. We have about 12 games left in league play, Rod, so about a month's time, and we have a real dogfight from 5 to 11. So the top 4 positions, I think, have been solidified and have been finalized, and from 5 to 11, it's going to be a dogfight right to the end.
Well, I want to get into that race in a second, but I mean, I follow the league incredibly closely. I love it, and I just look at the Flin Flon Bombers posted pretty much a wire-to-wire national ranking #1 spot. How did they do it? And what does that mean to the SJ to have the #1 team in the country in the rankings for so long?
Well, of course, it's difficult for Flin Flon because now they have a big bullseye on their head, not only in the SJHL, but throughout Canada. They've probably had one of the longest tenures as the CJHL's top team. And I think really a lot of it is Cole McQuaig, the assistant coach, and Mike Reagan, the head coach. They run an incredible program in Flin Flon, and they certainly have a lot of history of moving players on to the next level. And Mike is an exceptional coach. Like I really don't know why he is still in Flin Flon and the SJHL, Rod. But when you run a quality program like that, when you get kids to the next level, when you've been around and have enough experience, Mike is clearly playing chess when a lot of us are playing checkers in our league.
Well, one more on the Bombers. This is a story that whether you're a junior fan or an SJ fan or whatever, everybody's a fan of a comeback story. And Matt Egan, the kid that had a cancer battle, he just found out at Christmas. Obviously, you know the story. You're the commissioner of the league. His dad reached out to me. They're big fans of this show. They're a Manitoba family and asked for me to send a video to Matt. He's back playing. What a story. What a story.
Oh. Super inspirational. Like Matt is a heart and soul guy. Like he's the guy. He's one of the leaders in the Bombers. He wears a letter on his chest. He plays an honest game, Rod. He plays the way that a game should be played. A bit of a throwback. And when I first heard about his challenge from his father and from Mike, it was like, oh my God, that poor kid. Like how would we, Rod, at our age, deal with something like that? It was dealt to me, but Matt and his family had a super positive outlook, and everyone was pulling for him in the league. Fans, volunteers, everyone on our league staff, everyone was concerned about him. And then to find out that he has come back and played, and one of his first games, he had like 4 points. So just absolutely incredible, super inspirational. And you know what? You don't often cheer for teams as commissioner, but certainly I'm cheering for Matt Egan throughout the year.
Me too. It's funny you say that. If you're looking for somebody to cheer for, folks, cheer for Matt Egan and the Flin Flon Bombers because of this story. It is a great one. Now, you mentioned the battles 5 through 11. That's going to be determined over the next 12 games. Would I be correct in saying the playoffs already on for them? Every night's like a playoff night?
Well, pretty much. And, you worry about the teams that are going to finish in the 7th or 8th. Are they going to have any gas left to face the North Battleford North Stars or the Flin Flon Bombers, right? So I don't know. You make the playoffs, and then you got a real formidable task in front of you trying to knock off one of those teams. But I'm not prepared to hand the Canterra Seeds Cup to Flin Flon yet, Rod. Like, I know that Melfort, Trevor Blevins has a heck of a team there, and certainly when playoffs come, they'll find a new gear. They haven't had a full lineup for a few weeks there, and they'll get everybody healthy. And Scott Barney runs a very exciting and very fan-friendly, entertaining team out of Humboldt. They got a great team. Braden Klamosko and Battleford, like just when everyone thought they were going to be down and out, they're going to have something to say about it too. So hopefully the right teams are going to get into the playoffs, and the right teams are going to get into the subsequent rounds. But it's going to be awesome. There's always lots of parity in our league. No matter whether you're in first place, anyone can win on any given night, and that's why we play the game.
Well, I'll tell you, I always say the spring's the best time of the year, and I get a big argument from everybody. They say, how can you say that? You got NFL starting in the fall. You got the CFL's second half kickoff. You got Major League World Series. I'm like, no. It's the hockey playoffs. It's the best time of year. Right? It's end of story for me. And the Centennial Cup's in Oakville. Have you got your plane
Oakville,
tickets
Ontario.
packed? Can you talk about the? Yeah. Have you got your plane ticket packed? A and B, or bought, I guess. And B, can you explain the road too? Because people don't remember. There's no Anavet Cup anymore. There's no regional tournament. I like the format.
Yeah, so probably post-COVID, a decision was made by Hockey Canada and the SJHL to make it truly a national championship. And so there's 9 leagues in the CJHL. There's one host team. Every single league sent its champion, beginning probably in Estevan. And so that's the format that we're presently using. So if you win your league, there's no Anavet Cup, there's no Doyle Cup. The league champions are representing their teams in their league. They're playing against leagues across Canada. It's about a 10-day tournament from start to finish, from the time you get there and start practicing and playing. Teams are pooled. I can't remember off the top of my head what the pool is, so don't ask me. But certainly you truly have the best teams, and I think the thought initially, Rod, was that traditionally Alberta has strong teams, Saskatchewan has strong teams, Manitoba and the Ontario Junior Hockey League, and on occasion Quebec and the Maritimes. Probably last year, the Western Leagues, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, truly had the best teams there in the tournament. All the games between Manitoba and Saskatchewan are extremely competitive. Those were probably the best games in the tournament. And I think that Battleford, if people remember, were probably about a line short from being Brooks. And really, they competed hard. They had a bad 2-minute and 40-second stretch. And I know that this year, like Mike Reagan told me after he lost the SJHL final last year, that, Kyle, I'm not building a team to win the league. I'm building a team to beat Brooks. So I know that it was kind of bittersweet, when Brooks departed, because I think that Mike really wanted to have a crack at him with the Bombers.
You don't want to be here? Goodbye. Which I would not be doing my job if I didn't ask you about the explosion of what went off with the 5 teams leaving to the BCJ. It'll always be the BCJ to me. Have you weathered that storm? Is it behind us, or is there remnants that we don't see or know about?
Well, you know what, Rod? Like these days, it's extremely hard to be the commissioner in Junior A Hockey League in Canada. And I mean, lots of things are going on in all of junior hockey, obviously, that being probably the most noteworthy. And I think a lot of people are anxious and there's some information, there's stuff happening at the political level every single day. And I would say that's moving in a super positive direction. There's stuff going on at the pragmatic level where, teams have lost some players here in the last couple of days because we have a traditional institution that doesn't recognize non-sanctioned hockey, and so some of the dates don't line up, and there is a lot of misinformation out there, Rod. And again, you and I are both huge supporters of the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League. We know how it operates. We know about the competitive balance. We know about the army of volunteers and passionate fans that keep that rolling. And I think that is probably one of the only constants, I think, in Junior A hockey right now. We don't have private ownership in Saskatchewan. We're community-based, and our teams do all kinds of multitude of activities to raise funds to offer a quality experience for kids. And so that is definitely the constant. And I've been reassuring people that, hey, you know what? Things are going well here. We got good competitive balance. Most of our franchises are fiscally solvent. We got a great thing going here. But I think teams are worried about losing their top players. And again, my message to people that are listening, whether they're parents or whether they're players, Rod, is that if you're a good player and you're doing the right things and you play hard and you're coachable and you're going to be noticed regardless of where you played, right? Like if you play in Saskatchewan or Manitoba or the AAA League or you play in Alberta, if you're a good player doing a good job on a good team and a good program and you're coachable and you work hard, keep your nose clean, you're going to get opportunities regardless of where you play.
Couldn't agree more. I feel like we could say that every day for the rest of their lives. They won't get it, but we got to keep pounding it into their heads, and I'm more than happy to do that. And I just want to say I'm so happy with our relationship with the SJ. I have fans sending me photos all the time of our ads in the barns and all that. So it's good to chat with you, Kyle. I always appreciate it, and hope to see you this spring.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Rod. I appreciate your interest in the league, and those ads look great in the rinks.
All right. Thank you, sir. Good luck the rest of the way. Okay. Kyle McIntyre, the commissioner of the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League, checking in.